Welcome to Both Sides Now, featuring the unconventional duo, Dr. Shirley and medium Kelly White. Two perspectives, one world. This is Both Sides Now.
Woohoo! Hi, everybody. I'm spiritual medium Kelly White, and I'm here with John
With
Williams.
Austin.
Hi, John.
Hi, Cal. Good to see you, hon.
Good to see you. Well, I
Well,
don't see you, but I can hear you
you see and hear me energetically, so
energetically. Absolutely. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm actually doing pretty well. I
Yeah,
actually feel really
good.
good. Um, it's like there are so many planetary aspects that kind of I had to jump through all these hurdles, but
Yeah,
I feel somewhat pretty good actually. Isn't
good.
that funny? Plus I love the topic tonight, dreams. That's one
Uh-huh.
of my favorite topics actually.
I
So
know.
so fun. But I thought we'd talk a little bit about what's going on astrologically and a little bit because I talked a lot on Monday's show about it, but a couple big things I thought we'll
Yeah.
go through, which is, well, let's start with this. Yesterday was a very intense day, actually, because on July 8th, Mercury was squaring Mars in a big way. So it was a day to really watch your tempers, is what I was saying the
Mm,
other day.
mhm.
And I think, everybody I talked to seemed to hold it together. So that was a good thing. Um, and on the 11th, which is on what, Friday, John? No, Saturday, Chiron, the wounded healer, goes retrograde to join the other planets that are retrograde. And the next day, on the 12th of July, Mercury goes direct. So it's kind of
Mhm.
like like this. So it like two ships that go in opposite directions.
All right.
And the wounded healer, Chiron the wounded healer, which is in Aries, going retrograde. It means to this time, well, whenever Chiron goes retrograde, it's always to go in and work on yourself.
Mhm.
Okay. So I want to discuss with this, in particular, people that are rescuers. I've
Uh,
had more people that are rescuers this week, and I thought I better talk about it. We're doing that event. Dr. Shirley
mhm.
and I are doing an event on archetypes. And one of the archetypes we're going to discuss are rescuers. And it really does come up with when you look at Chiron. Chiron, period, the wounded healer wants to heal everybody. There you go. And what role are you playing? So this is really for the rescuers out there. And I'm not talking about the rescuers of rescuing, the animals. I'm talking about, well, I suppose it could be, but
Mhm.
I'm talking really about the people that are rescuers that have to feel compelled, if you will, to continue that role of rescuing and not getting anything back. Um, and it's very draining for a rescuer to continue that role. So I really want to talk. I just wanted to mention that because with Chiron going retrograde, it really, if you are one of these rescuers, you want to make sure that you're taking your own energy and starting to do your own healing work. This is a big time to do your own healing work right now for everybody out there, and it's going to last for several months. And so we want to make sure that you really go into your own healing work. And so some of the Chiron exercises that you might think about is what pains me right now. And if you're a rescuer, ask yourself, what is it about this about me? Why do I continue down this road? Think about it, okay? And what has the pain taught me?
Mm.
This is a big one, And you can also make a list of things that you're accomplished in life so far. This is a big Chiron retrograde exercise. Make a list. What have you accomplished? What are you proud of? Things that you're proud of. One of the things that I think for me that I'm the most proud of is that I learned to have compassion for myself.
Mhm.
And think about that for a minute. Just inhale that one because that's a big one. And if the pain could talk, what would it want me to know? And these are all Chiron retrograde exercises. And as Mercury goes retrograde, I'm sorry, as Mercury goes direct on the 12th, we really won't feel it probably till around the 15th or so. And things should I mean, I don't know if anything's going to lighten up during this any period that we're in because it's still a very difficult time that we're in. But I think some things might be a little easier. Some energies might flow a little easier
Mhm.
for Mercury direct. So this is what's going on now. Now, having said that, we still have many planets that are retrograde. Neptune retrograde is one of them. So you would be dealing with things like addictions or people that you know that have addictions. You'd also be dealing with dreams. And right now, boy, I don't think I've had one client that hasn't come to me to tell me their dreams. I mean, and I work with dreams all the time, but these dreams are really something now,
Mhm.
you know, unbelievable. So I thought what we would do, we're going to talk about dreams, and I thought I'd kind of set a tone for what some of these issues in dreams, what kind of dreams there are, and then we'll analyze your dreams. It'll be fun. I love doing dreams. I just think it's so great because it tells me so much about what's going on in a person's life. And I would suggest everybody, particularly with this Neptune retrograde, which means uncovering the unconscious, getting your dreams out, pay attention to your dreams, keep a journal. Keep a journal by your bed because it's easy to say, "Oh, I'll remember that." No way. No way.
Mhm.
It's just how this works. So I actually will keep a pen or something and make a scribble note. Sometimes I'll go, what did I say? What is that? Anyway, and then, of course, I'll be with somebody and all of a sudden the dream pops back into my brain. So, especially as you get older, it's not as easy to remember your dreams, but write them down. So there are several kind of dreams that we can discuss. Some dreams are frankly dreams that are about your unconscious, making your unconscious conscious, trying to give us a message. Like we say, like water in a dream. If you dream that you're in the middle of an ocean and it's a stormy night out there and you're in this boat in the ocean. Yeah, that's a great dream. I mean, you're really got a lot of deep emotions going on. And then if you were my client, I'd say, all right, let's talk about the emotions. What's going on underneath this? Because it's so much. Or if you dream of frozen ice, emotions that are frozen. So water in a dream is always emotional. It
Mhm.
always means emotions. That's kind of a standard. So some dreams are just simply dreams of trying to get your unconscious conscious to think about what's really waking you up to what's happening in your life that you need to take a look at, okay? Some dreams are prophetic dreams. I've had several of those. Those dreams, they may sound so like cockamamie stuff, but write them down. Write them down. I've had several, but one I had where I will say God, I don't know another word, showed me spirit, uh, the universe showed me a map that had um, Louisiana off the map and Alabama. I'm like, whoa, that was anyway. And I had no idea. And it was covered with water. So I remember telling my mom, going, oh my God, and tell somebody or write it down. And 6 months later, Hurricane Katrina hit and literally almost knocked him off the map. So those kind of things. I've had dreams of shootings. I've had things, all kinds of dreams that have actually come true. So those are prophetic dreams. And a lot of people have them. You may have a dream that, your father had a heart attack and 6 months later he has a heart attack. It could be something like that. It could be a warning dream, and it could be. So it's all we have to talk about them to see, and then we can come to some place of what it is. But there are always messages here, and some dreams are visitation dreams, and those are probably my favorites. When somebody who's passed comes because they're in that stage, they lower their vibration, we raise our vibration, and it's a meeting place. And it's the greatest place. I had a dream that my husband Don and I were having wine with my mother, and it was just the
Mhm.
greatest dream. I wanted it. We were having lunch and wine, just like we used to, and oh, it was just so grand. I so didn't want to wake up, and I knew in the dream that it was a visitation.
Mhm.
These are things you actually know in the dream that it's a visit. And sometimes you don't know, but I'm going to tell you, if you're dreaming about somebody who's passed, it's a visit. Animals come into this a lot out of the blue. My mom, after she died, did come to me like 3 times, and one time she came to me holding this little black dog, and I'm like, my mom doesn't is so not an animal person, and all of a sudden the dog leaps out and jumps into my arms, and it was my childhood dog, Yasha Lofitz. And that really shocked me because who knew that Yasha was going to show up? So you have to pay attention to all of these things. So visitations. The other thing about dreams is you may have totems in your dreams. So you all of a sudden you might dream of a squirrel or a horse or an octopus or a flamingo. I mean, it could be anything. It might be to you very random and arbitrary, but I will assure you it means something. So they're trying to give you a message. Spirit's always trying to give us a message. So there you go. Those are some of the ways that people dream.
Excellent. All right. So people can call in and we will do our best to look at your dreams, and Kelly and I will
Yeah.
do our best to interpret them for you. It's 213-893-4464. Again,
Yeah.
213-893-4464. Lots of comments coming in
Oh,
and
good.
from all the pages and YouTube because we are simulcasting. So let me get to some of the comments here while we're waiting on calls
Okay.
to come in. All right, here we go. This is interesting. A friend told me about her dream 3 nights ago of horned creatures attacking and shredding and eating deer here by her house.
Oh, that's a dream. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Horned creatures attacking and shredding and eating the deer here by her house. Hmm. So I'm going to assume, Stacy, that your friend has a lot of what's the right word to say? Fear-based. And
Mm,
let me know if she is, because it wasn't your dream. It was, shredding and eating the deer. Deer represent life. It represents sometimes actors and actresses being out and about. Actually, deers are quite. It's a really great totem. So I'm wondering what your friend, shredding and somebody. I mean, it was her dream. So does she not want does she feel badly about going out? Does she feel she's scared? It's a fear dream. That's all.
mhm.
It's a fear dream. But that's a good one. And if she were my client, I'd be like, "Whoa, let's go through that one."
Yes, I think it would be better to have people call in and then you can ask questions and get clarity on their dreams.
Yeah.
We'll do our best to get some in the comments as well, but
Oh,
let me
yeah.
turn back to the comments here really quick, and calls are coming in, so that's good.
Oh, good.
So Elizabeth says, "Thank you for the heads up yesterday, Kelly. It saved me from making the wrong move with frustrations with work."
Oh, thanks, Elizabeth, for saying that. I appreciate that. Yeah, yesterday was a day I said to everybody, just cool it, let cooler heads prevail, or frankly, don't talk to anybody. Just clam up. What do they say? Clam up, clammy? Or something
Yeah,
like that. Just not a good day for that, especially anybody who's a hothead, you know.
yeah,
So good. I'm glad that helped.
yeah.
Sometimes it's good to know, the
Some people
astrology of
didn't
what's
get the
going on.
memo yesterday. That which is
They
kind of
what?
some people didn't get the memo yesterday about
Oh,
that. So
yeah.
yeah, but we've got Adriana Lopez on the line with us. Hi, Adriana. Thanks for calling in. Are you in Florida?
Actually, it's Liz Perez. Adriana's my daughter. I forgot I have the phone number too.
Oh, well, hi, Liz.
Hi,
Welcome.
Liz. Hi, Liz. How are you?
Hi, hi, dear. Oh, wonderful. I love that you're doing this one. Has to be like my favorite. So,
Oh,
hi to everyone.
thanks.
I have so many dreams. I say sometimes I'm going in and out of the dream phase throughout the night. And
Hmm.
my partner, I've spooked her out so many times because I'll get up and just start texting my phone with my eyes closed, but I'm writing a full story. And
Wow.
sometimes it just comes to me as words or numbers.
Hmm.
Um, and I dream a lot about terrestrial and galactic symphony, piercing blue light, healing. Oh gosh, I could just go on.
Well, let me talk about that for a minute.
Energy is
That
too low.
that's a great. I mean, John and I were just talking about this before we went online because James and I are going to be doing an event on
Mhm.
star seeds and galactical souls that are not from here that are here, and I think that, and that's going to be on August 11th. I don't think it's been published yet, but it's going to be. And what's important about that is that currently, with the way the world is right now, I believe that this intergalactical energy is really here, very present now. And I think that people that are from different realms, and yes, people are from different realms, I think you're going to be, that would be a real thing, Liz, that you would be feeling, the blue, especially that blue light. There's something about all of this.
Oh, Liz, we're hearing backgrounds. Could you go ahead and mute the background, sweetheart?
Oh, there's nothing in the background. Let me see.
Oh.
How about now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. Yeah, thank you.
Is that better? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, because I'll have dreams of like tall beings. I've been told I'm from the seventh dimension. That's really
Wow.
weird. And then I'll
That's
dream
interesting.
a lot of sequence of numbers.
Mm.
Yesterday or the day before, everything was like 222, 1111. It was about a hurricane in Florida. And then I saw a vessel. We were in a vessel. We were going down to Miami, shot back up to Tampa within an hour. And that's a 5-hour drive.
Do you live in Florida?
And
Do
I
you
used to
live in Florida?
My kids are in Florida. My two oldest.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Well, so is this a prophetic dream? Because I keep thinking we're going to have hurricanes coming along very soon, or earthquakes and hurricanes. So that could be a prophecy kind of a dream, a prophetic dream, actually.
And
It almost sounds more like it, especially with the number frequencies.
Okay. And I think it was in 2004 or 5. I have to look at my notes. But I had a dream to where somebody came to my house with like a gas mask on. And I was just protecting the kids around me, my kids and other kids. As I opened the door, I didn't want him to come in. But he said, we can't go out because there's a virus. There's an infection going on.
Oh, I got chills.
That relates now to the coronavirus.
Wow. And that was in 2004 or 5?
4 or 5, correct.
Wow. Well, see, these are the kind of things that happen when you have these dreams that you may not know time. There's no such thing as time except for in our dimension, this reality. And so you probably were picking that up from from the future. Wow. Wow, that's a big one.
Well, I have a session with you on the 15th, so I so look forward to it.
Oh, me too. Thanks so much. Oh, me too. I'm looking forward to it too. Great. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Great
You
to
bet.
hear from you, Liz. You take care. We'll see you in the after show.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Guys.
So before you get another phone call, let me just say that a few things about dreams, because those were really, I think, she's clearly is clairvoyant. I mean, clearly can see things, because those dreams are really, I think they're not just dreams. So there's a difference, right? There's not just dreams. And I wanted to say, again, when we talk about water, it's emotion. And even though she said hurricane, I have a feeling it means a hurricane. Sometimes a cigar is a cigar. Whenever you have a dream of driving, and often, we'll have dreams of driving. Who's driving? If it's your vehicle, are you driving? Did you let somebody else take control? Because a vehicle is our life. A car is our life. And so was the car a junkie car? Was the car a race car? Was the car your car? Whose car was it? What was the car? What was the color? Always look at things like this. And then look at, did you give the keys to a 6-year-old to drive? Did you give who's driving the car? So that's really, really an important one. And I want to say this too. Sometimes if you dream that you're on the beach, that could be a visit with your spirit guides, or it could be a dream, frankly, with God. On the beach. Beach dreams are really actually important. And have you ever had a dream where you go back to school and all of a sudden you find yourself in school? Pay attention to what grade in the dream you were, because that could be a sign about your maturity level. That you want to watch about that. And also, I'm sure all of us have had those dreams where we forget. All of a sudden we show up with no pants on, or we don't know where we are, or we forget our clothes, or we forget our test, or something along those lines. Those are anxiety dreams. So really look at what you're really anxious about. Okay. Oh, I want to say one last thing about this. If you have a dream where you're going up, like all of a sudden you're in a plane and you're going up, or you're going up a mountain and you're going up, anything you're up staircase of an escalator, that's you're going up in consciousness. It's going to a higher place. It's an up in your consciousness. If you have a dream where all of a sudden you're going lower, it's looking at your unconsciousness. Okay, so either way, there's no positive or negative on that. It just tells me where are you going. You need to look in your unconscious. Are you going up into a consciousness? Are you making a shift into another consciousness? Or are you dealing with something in the past? That's important to note if you're going up or down in a dream too. So anyway, I wanted to make sure I said that about
All right.
dreams.
Mel was asking earlier when you're talking about water. What about
Oh, dirty water. Mel. Let's see. Water means emotions.
mhm,
So, is there
troubled
something
emotion?
murky? Yeah, is there something murky about your emotions that you're not comfortable with? Are you needing to change something? Always in a dream, look at the light in the dream. I'll say to somebody, they'll tell me a dream about their whatever it happens to be, and I'll say, "What was how did you feel in the dream?" I felt scared, I felt panicked, I felt whatever. And then what was the color of the dream? Well, it was very dark. Oh, it was bright blue. All of this is important in interpreting a dream. Okay, so always remember that. And dirty water is some emotion you need to look at.
Mm.
That's a good one. Great question.
Nancy saying my dreams seem to represent an alternate reality.
Well, that's absolutely possible. I'm wondering what your dreams are. If you want to share one, I'd like to know because, or is it something you don't want to look at? It could be any of the above.
Carissa says, my 7-year-old continues to have a recurring dream of a tsunami coming. I had no idea he even knew what a tsunami was. He has such vivid details about it, and it is so upset when he wakes up. Is there a meaning to this?
So there are three ways that I would interpret this. Um, did he have a past life from a tsunami?
Hmm.
That's probably the first thing that comes to my mind. Is it possible? You betcha it's possible that he may have passed away in a tsunami or survived a tsunami or something along
Hmm.
those lines. Second thing is, did some sort of trauma happen in this life to him? Because a tsunami is great fear of emotion, great something of emotion. At 7 is about the year where they start to have to understand emotions. I mean, actually beforehand, but 7 and 8, it kind of it's almost black and white thinking, and they kind of have to they're dealing with a lot of things. So did something happen? Did he lose somebody significant? Mother, father, well, not you, mother, but grandparent or dog or somebody important in the life. So that's a thought. Um, so I'm not sure. It could be one or the other. Or third thing is maybe he's having prophecy dreams, and that's a
Hmm.
possibility too. So I don't really know. You'd look at all three of those things. Great. Thank you for sharing that, Carissa. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, really interesting.
Really interesting 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Always listen to their dreams and never make fun of them, ever. It's
Mhm.
so critical. That dream is really important.
Yes. I find that interesting when you were saying about the past life because I was looking to see the last tsunamis. I was Googling in the last 10 years, the
Yeah,
different
there was
ones.
that big
Like,
one.
yeah.
They made a movie of one of them.
Hmm. Yeah,
And it's
interesting.
a possibility. I mean, those kind of
Mm.
things, it is a possibility. 7-year-olds
Sure.
and under, they remember past lives,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden they'll get these visions of things, especially when there's great fear and great detail. It absolutely could be from a past life. I wouldn't discount anything I said. It's one of the in that realm there, one of the three. It's a great dream, though.
All right. So let's go to our callers. We've got
Okay,
a caller from, looks like Arizona. I never know if they're really calling from there or if it's
I
their
know.
cell phone. Hi, caller. Area code 623. You're on the line with us. Could we have your name, please, and where you're calling from?
Howard.
Hi, Howard. Could you just go ahead and mute the background noise or go to a quieter area? We're just hearing a little bit of background. And you're live on the air with
Okay.
us, so go ahead and just speak freely to Kelly.
Hi, Howard.
Yeah. Hi, Kelly. I have a recurring dream
Hmm.
that I'm driving in a car. I'm driving, and I'm going up a mountain, and I get to the top, and the road gets very narrow and dangerous, and I can't stop the car. It's going very slow, and I'm pushing on the brakes as hard as I can, and I can't quite stop the car. It never really goes over, but I can't quite stop it.
All right. So this is a great dream. It's an excellent dream, Howard. Excellent dream. What are you afraid of going further up? Because it's your dream. You're driving, it's your car, you're taking control. You're going up, which is up a mountain, up, as I just said, up in consciousness. Okay. Did somebody try to prevent you in your life from going further in your conscious state of consciousness? Was there a religious aspect in your life? Was there anything that would get in the way of you going as high in your consciousness as you possibly could? Did somebody tell you that you couldn't? Just curious, because you're stopping yourself.
Yeah, that I suppose in my earlier life, there was a certain religion I belonged to, traditional, that was very kind of restrictive, and you couldn't really expand upon what the doctrines of the religion were.
Yeah, that would make sense in this dream. How long ago was this dream?
It's recurring. I have it, I'd say maybe once or twice a month.
Oh, okay. So your psyche is really saying, "Come on, let's break free of this. Come on, come on." Oh, I'm so glad you called. What is your birth date?
August 22nd, 1950.
August 22nd. Okay. So you're just okay. So fear would have been something. You're very psychic, though. Fear would have been interrupted for some reason your life path. But I'll say this is the perfect time to really explore your own spirituality and take off any um, blinders to anything else. I mean, just open yourself up to spirituality. You have one of the deepest spiritual paths there could be, actually. This is a great thing. It's a great thing. And I think that this, with Chiron going retrograde into in Aries as the wounded healer, I want you to look at some of the things that interjects that you may have swallowed along the way with regards to there are no limits. You can go as fast and high as you need to go. Really. There's no limits here. So many possibilities. What a great
We
dream.
discovered both sides now, and Kelly and everybody, all the other people on the show, and my wife and I are enjoying this so much.
Oh, thank you so much. I so appreciate you listening. I so appreciate it. But thank you for sharing that dream. It's so great. You'll have to call us later and let us know. Talk to your psyche. Go into, into a great meditation where you just clear all this and just keep going and going. It's the greatest thing. All things are possible with that. Thank you. Thank you. What a great dream.
Yeah, thank you for calling, Howard. All right, going to Gina and Escondido, I believe. Gina, thanks for your
Gina.
patience.
Hello, John. Hello, Kelly. So nice to talk with you guys today.
Happy belated
Gina.
birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday.
Dream topic.
Oh, great. Well, tell us about your dreams and what can I interpret for you?
Well, the dream that I just had, I have lots of vivid dreams and I do the astral traveling, but I had a really weird one. I normally am the only character in my dream, but I had a dream where my mother was in it. She was driving the car, so I got a little hint about that when you were talking about that. But the weirdest thing is that neither of us smoke, but we were both smoking, and it seemed like we were coming back from a party, and we were like having a grand old time. And like, it was weird because I just felt so relaxed and at ease, and it just felt like such a party.
So your mother has passed?
No, she's still here.
No, my mother's still alive, but my grandmother has passed, and it was when we were in the car, it was like a 60s Cadillac, and it seemed like we were in the past, but I was still my current age now. So I almost wondered, and I have had dreams of my grandma who has passed, but she wasn't in that dream.
No, this was so your mother. So let me back for a second. Your mother was driving the old Cadillac.
Yes.
Okay, so here's my
almost like Marilyn Monroe, kind of like laying back smoking.
You were. So do you want your mom to take care of you?
Mm, well, she does kind of help me a lot and take care of me. So yeah.
I mean, because it was your dream and you had her driving an old car. In other words, do you want things like it used to be back in the day?
Okay. Yeah, that could be. I've been watching a lot of old movies and old
There you
shows
go.
and
That's
Golden
it.
Girls
Yeah.
because I'm really sad about the way that the world is now. And
Yeah.
I feel like I have like a, yearning for yesteryear.
So I can't tell you, Gina, how important it is that you actually shared this with us because so many people right now are going back to the Golden Girls show or, Andy of Mayberry or any of those the old time shows to give us some sense of peace and normalcy and grounding, even though back then it was not. But it is helpful to do that. People are watching their old shows, their old things, and finding comfort in it. And so I think it's a dream of saying, maybe when you were a teenager because you were smoking, you and your mom were carrying on, but you really gave the control to your mother in this. And I understand it completely.
Mhm.
It's a good dream. Good dream. Thank you for sharing. Really good dream.
Wow, thank you so much for interpreting that. It really stuck out to me, so I was so happy to get some insight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having my session with Prajna tonight, my first one. So
Now, by the way, Prajna is going to be on our show on Monday night, and it's going to be Ask a Healer Anything. Ask Prajna about healing. They're going to be healing questions. So start getting your questions in mind of what you always wanted to ask a healer, like what are they? How do they do this? How does this work? What's the difference between a Reiki person and a this person? She's going to answer all these questions, and she's
Great.
quite phenomenal.
great.
So it's going to be a really good show Monday night. I'm really excited. Have a great session tonight. It's going to be so fun.
Thank you
I
so much.
love having sessions with
I'll
her.
be
That's the
listening
best.
on Monday as well. Thank you for everything.
Oh, thanks, Gina, for
Definitely call
calling.
in and give us an update
Yeah.
on Monday.
Okay, I will.
All
Thanks, John.
right.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Gina.
John, before you take another call, let's talk about how many people have had dreams of famous people. Everybody.
Mm,
Like what? It's sometimes it's like, who knows, but it always represents something in your psyche if you're dreaming about some famous person that you don't know. And so you want to kind of take a look at that. So if anybody's had any of that, we'll talk about that. But it means something when you have a dream about famous person. They're in the consciousness, and we tap into this collective consciousness, if you will, or unconsciousness, trying to make this conscious. Oh
all
my
right,
God,
so let's
such a
go
time.
to a first-time caller, at least by this call system, area code 623. Area code 623, you're on the line with us. We have your name, please, and where you are calling from.
This is Kathy. I'm calling from the Phoenix area, actually Goodyear.
Well, hi there, Kathy. How can we help you? What's your dream?
Well, this was night before last,
Mhm.
and I had a dream that the planet Earth was about the size of a volleyball. And I could see it in front of me, and there was a table, but the table was tilted. It was a four-legged table, almost like a folding table,
Mhm.
an old card table type. Then the ball started rolling downhill, but this is the Earth rolling.
Mhm.
And there was a figure at the bottom, but I couldn't make out whether it was male or female, but it was just a figure and there to catch it. But I didn't actually see it catch the planet.
Wow. So here's what I want to say about this. That's a great dream. So the figure, so there's one way that people that homeopathists will view a dream as you are every aspect of the dream. And so often I will look at a dream since it's your dream, from you are every aspect of it. I view dreams in all sorts. I use a lot of lenses. In this dream, I'm going to use the stick figure, male, female figure as you. I mean, the ball is rolling, Earth is rolling. Do you feel overwhelmed by what's going on now?
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Have you been thinking about it consciously?
Yes, too much so.
I can imagine. Yeah, I've got chills. What's your birthday?
12/24/55.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, because you come in as somebody who, as a healer yourself. And so, and there would have been difficult relationships, and everything would have been overwhelming for you. Does this make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And so, and the table, trying to put a table in front to help block it, you need support. You need support. This birth placement, it does require support. It's tough to do everything on your own. Do you have support? I guess that's the best question.
I have some emotional support. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Always emotional support. Yeah. Okay, good. Well, you know what? Thank you for sharing that dream. And you don't have to take on all the responsibility. That's really what I would say. I would say during this Chiron, are you a rescuer by any chance? Please tell me no. Are you a rescuer?
I don't know.
Okay. Does it, what that means is do you happen to want to rescue a lot of people?
Not really. No.
Okay, that's better.
I
Okay.
want to rescue my family. Just
Okay.
my family.
All right. Well, then you know
I have
what?
two people.
Yeah, no, that's a good answer there. I mean, really, just know that we all wanted to be here during this time of great transformation, and this is what's happening. We're going to go through some transformations, and some things, we just can't control. We're just going to sit, and we're going to have the experiences, and we'll all talk about them, and we'll get through it all. We get through it. We get through this time. We
Oh,
do. A
well,
lot. It's going to
thank
change a lot, but
you.
we do get through it.
You're very
Okay.
welcome. Thanks for calling in and telling us
Thank
about your
you.
dream.
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You take care. Wow, we got a lot of first-time callers, Kel, so I'm going to try to
Good.
get them in as quickly as I can, and we've got a lot of comments
Okay.
coming in, so I'm just relaying comments
Okay.
the best I
Pam,
can
should we
there.
take this real quickly? Pam said, I had a dream that I was in a concentration camp and was forced to shoot at my own kind. Oh, Pam, we refused. We were also put in a firing line. It was stopped and we survived. I was with my family and we were eventually separated from each other. We were walking down these long roads and eventually I lost all my family as we were forced to walk. There was one non-family member with me, but he was like family. I found out later in a past life regression that I was a hideaway child from Holocaust.
Mm,
Oh, I got chills, 100%. I mean, it almost takes my breath away to read that. I was like,
mhm.
oh my God. Yeah, I would have said absolutely, from
Wendy's
that.
saying the
Wow.
same thing, that she had a recurring dream as a child that she never understood. When she had a past life regression as an adult, then the dream finally made total sense.
Well, you know what? Let me explain how that works. So
Mm,
when we have a life that's been filled with trauma, particularly during that is so much
mhm,
trauma, the trauma can carry onto the subtle bodies. And when we reincarnate into our life now, that those past lives, the pain and the suffering and the fear could come in second chakra, or the second subtle body attached to the second chakra, and it comes in. And so the dreams are one way that it has to come out. That energy has to come out. So you would have that energy. And I suppose once you have the idea that, oh, that was me, I had that experience, there's something energetically that happens that can help release that. So thanks for sharing that. That was a
mhm.
really good one, really powerful. Yeah, that's heavy, Susie. Right on. But you know what? We like heavy here.
Mhm.
We like heavy. I'm not elevator talk. I never was elevator talk.
All right, we're going to another first-time caller. This person is, I think, in Chicago. We'll see. Area code 773. Can we have your name, please, and where you're calling from?
Yes, my name is David, and I am in Chicago, and Kelly does know me. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Is this David V?
It is David V.
Hi,
How's it going?
David. Oh my gosh, David is a good friend of James Van Prague and David. I love David. David, you were the last time I went into Chicago. I got to see you. That was the last time
Yes, you did. It's
before
awesome.
COVID.
Come back in. You come back. So I was doing my work on the computer, and both sides now always pops up when you're coming on live. So I checked in. I'm like, ooh, dreams. So I've been having, like a lot of us have been having lots of crazy dreams through this COVID time.
Yeah.
But I had one in particular that stood out that I thought was really bizarre. And it happened like a week ago, and I haven't stopped thinking about it. So I had this growth on my skin, on my arm. It started out like a kind of like a skin tag,
Mm-hmm.
but then it kept growing. And it was very hard, and I couldn't pick it off, and I kept trying to pick it off, and it was growing up, not out. So and it was really hard. And I'm like, this is really weird. And I couldn't get rid of it. And I'm like, this is really bothersome. It eventually was about 2 inches long, and it had a little handle. So I pulled on it, and it came out, and it was attached. So it looked like a little genie bottle, not the I Dream of Genie bottle, but the ones like with a handle and a spout, that you would,
From Aladdin?
like Middle Eastern kind of thing, that you would rub in the genie. But anyway, and it had like a little gold cellophane on the bottom that was connected to it in an oval shape that acted like a placemat. So I ended up kind of sitting it there. It was like this 2-inch genie bottle. I'm like, what is that? And then I woke up.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, you're in the middle of in a transformation time for sure. It was on your arm. It was a growth like a skin tag, right? That's how it started?
Yeah, it was like
Okay.
growing out.
And then it was growing and it was hard and it was growing. And so something in you is definitely growing and changing, definitely. And when you pulled it off, it was a 2-inch genie bottle. Is that about correct?
Yeah, it looked like a little tiny version of a genie bottle.
Okay, so here's my question to you. What do you wish for? Because it was a whole process of growing this that you can actually have. What would you wish for?
Oh, God, that's what I've been trying to figure out for so long.
Well, I do know your chart. Your chart is here to learn about yourself, and I think I've shared that with you. You really come here to learn about yourself.
Yeah.
So what is it, if you could have anything? I mean, because it's from you. It's a gift from you that you created. What gift from you do you want? It's not out there, I want $1 million or any of that. It's not that kind of thing. It's more a gift from you. I'll give you a hint. It's about insight. It's about insight.
Yeah.
It's about changing the old and then starting the new.
Something more worthwhile, and that's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
And that I feel passionate about, because I'm not passionate about my work right now. And but of course it's the journey. It's getting there, trying to figure out where to go and how to get there.
And I will say this, you don't have to worry because it's already there. It's already ahead of you. It's already waiting for you. I would say bravo in allowing the change to happen now. Just allowing it to change, because wow, I have to say it's going to be extraordinary. You literally you did it yourself. It's like you did it yourself with a really great dream. And congratulations on your second baby dog. I forget his name.
Tonk, T-O-N-K, like Tonka truck.
I love it.
And if I could tap in just really quick, just with this, David, it feels like it's something that's always been, like Kelly's saying, it's always been within you, but go back to your childhood, almost like something that you've covered up through your childhood, something that you want to uncover now, that the timing is right to tap into. That is what this is about. So it's like, it's that process of evolution, but it's a integration process at the same time. So it's taking a little bit of what you've enjoyed in the past along with something that you haven't explored and being able to fuse those together into what it is you want to do now.
Right on, John. That's right. Perfect.
Ooh, just got chills. Cool.
Thank you. Thanks for calling, David. So great.
Thanks. Great talking to you. Thanks,
All right.
I appreciate it.
Sure thing. Let us know what you uncover. Right,
John, I loved what you added.
Sometimes
I loved
I
it.
just have to act on the goosebumps, and when I get the goosebumps, I say, "Okay, I'm
Oh
going."
yeah, no, you have to. I will always want you to jump in. I'm telling you, John, that was amazing what you added. That's absolutely correct. Wow.
Well, we'll see. Dreams aren't my forte. But we'll
wait a minute. No, John. We're the dream team.
We're the dream team. I love it.
Could not resist.
That's perfect. I love that. All right, we're going to Denver, Colorado. Wow, that just keeps coming in. It's area code 720. Can you go ahead and mute your background? You're going to be live on the air with us. Can we have your name, please, and where you're calling from?
Hi, my name is Carmen, and I'm actually in Parker, Colorado.
Well, hi, Carmen from Parker, Colorado. How can we help you?
Hi. Okay, well, there's a couple different ones that I've had, but this one I have about my mom passing away, and she's already passed away, and then all of a sudden she appears, and I asked her, say, well, where have you been? and it's almost like she's visiting me. And I had that visitation, but I also go through that pain again.
How long ago did your mother
And I also have
pass?
that with some dogs. She's passed away. Oh my gosh! In I was just a teenager, 1984.
So your mother died a long time ago. Did you ever deal? First of all, yes, those are visitations, but the more important question to me is, did you ever deal with that pain? If you were a teenager and you lose your beloved mother as a teenager,
Right,
that's like so much trauma. I mean, I don't think I could have survived if my mother had passed when I was young.
right.
I'm for sure I couldn't have. I mean, thank God that didn't happen. That would have been my worst nightmare. And so I am so sorry.
Absolutely.
It
You missed
had to have
so
been
much.
it.
Hmm.
So tell me, have you dealt with the pain of losing your mother?
I go. You do on and off. Like some years are better than some years, and then obviously I understand, and but I obviously hurt a lot, because of
Yeah.
that. But I mean, I think I have. I mean, you always think because it's been so many years, but of course you still love. And
Oh,
I
that
don't
mother
have,
attachment
and I
is such
don't
a
have that
big
many
one.
dreams of her dying. I've only had a couple of those with her. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Well, I was going to say the attachment with a mother is huge, and if you've had dreams where she's dying, I think these are process dreams, trying to process everything. So maybe when you're 15, how old were you? 15 when she passed? 16?
Actually, I had just was I 17?
Mm.
17?
Did you have a baby
Yeah,
shortly after that?
I did. I was 23, 22,
Hmm.
23. Yeah, 'cause actually, when she actually passed away, it was I was just turning 18. So I was 23 when I had my first child.
Yeah, she was there
Yeah,
helping
but with
with that.
you
She was
though,
there. I want you to know she was there
yeah,
helping with that.
that she was.
Yeah, she was there helping with you with when you had your first baby.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
she's always been there. I really
And
want
with
to
the
tell you
state
that
then.
she has not left your side. I mean, physically when they're not present, but they're always there. They're always there. And she's the one that told me about the child, the first one when you were young, and that I know that you had really wanted your mom to be there for you, and she's telling me that she was there for you.
Hmm.
I want you to know that. So a lot of this dream is process. A lot of this is a visitation, and I think it's a combination of both. And I'm hearing that you're a great mother.
Thank you. Yes. And you know what's funny that you said that about the pregnancy because the other night I think this might be something different, but I did have a dream that I was pregnant with twins, which I can't be pregnant.
Yeah, so let me tell you
So
what
it's similar.
let me tell you when you dream that you're pregnant. How old are you, may I ask?
Yes, I just turned 56 in
Okay.
June. My
So
mother's
when you
birthday was in
when
June as
you have
well.
a dream that you're pregnant, it's all occasionally you really are, but most of the time it means you're birthing something new, a new something. If you're pregnant with twins, you've got two ideas. It's something you're birthing yourself. You're birthing yourself. And I would say at your 56, is that what you said? 56?
Yes.
Yeah, 56 is when a life it really takes off. Then when you get to 60, wisdom sets in for most of us. So 56 is really a very important time and twins, I would say congratulations. You're going to have some major big change here. It's your psyche saying, and I think let go
Oh,
of any pain that you've carried because going forward, it's would get in your way if you can. If you can, work on things.
you're right.
Okay?
I am birthing something new.
Yeah.
You're so right. I just have to confirm that, validate that for you because I do have a book that I've been working on that will be out in the next few months.
Oh, what's the book on? This is so exciting. What's it
You're
on?
you're right, children's book. So you're right on that, and I think you're right, processing it. And another thing, thank you, because not many have ever been able to actually contact with my mom. So you
Oh,
are one difficult one. So you are definitely one gifted lady. Thank you
thank you.
so much.
Thanks. Thank you for calling, Carmen. I appreciate that. Thanks, honey. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you.
You too.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for you. Bye bye.
Thank you. John, I was just going to say something. It's really interesting. I never know. I use a lot of lenses when I work with somebody,
Sure.
and dreams are certainly one lens to get in. So it's like it gives me a vision of whatever's going on. And then sometimes things just open up. You just never know how, when, whatever. So just wanted to throw that out. That's why dreams are really, really important.
Yeah.
They're just bugging your psyche to just figure this out. Please, for God's sakes. If the psyche could talk, that's what it would say. It would say, for God's sakes.
All right. Wow. These comments and calls flooding in. Area code 585. You're on the line with us. Thank you for your patience.
Is that my house?
I'm hearing a lot of background
That's
noise.
because we're having a storm right now. It just, I live in a farm in the middle of nowhere, and now kaboom, I'm getting kabooms.
Right. Let's see. Area code 585. Are you there?
Yes, this is Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. Thanks for your patience.
Hi,
And
Nancy.
let's see here.
What's your dream?
Okay, so I have a lot of dreams, but one that really bothers me often is that I have this reoccurring dream that I'm in a relationship with a guy that I went to high school with, but I've never been in a relationship with him. And the other strange thing is he has the same initials as my current husband.
So when you were in high school, were you involved with him or you weren't?
No, never.
Okay, and so the dream is you go back to high school in the dream?
No, I'm at my current age.
Okay. And yet you are dreaming. Tell me the dream exactly. It involves
Just
somebody
that
from
I'm in
your
a relationship, married to this man, things like that.
Really? So in this current dream, you are with somebody that you weren't really not involved with in high school, but somebody with okay. That's interesting. Well, high school, is a certain maturity level.
Okay.
Was the person a well-known person in high school?
Yes,
Did you have a crush on him in high school?
maybe. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It would have to linger there. I mean, it's not like I'm Clouseau. It just would have to make sense. And it has the same initials. Okay. Did you look this guy up on Facebook or any of that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for saying all that. I appreciate the validation here. Are you longing for something? Are you not getting in your relationship, in your current relationship, what you need?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Seems like you're tapping into a parallel
then-
universe.
Yeah, no, John. No tapping in this. This is very clear. This is no parallel universe. No. This is a longing. It goes back to longing for that. I mean, and it's with your husband.
I have dreams constantly that do seem like I'm living a different reality.
Oh.
That I'm
Okay.
working in a different job. Still working in a job that I worked in years ago.
Are you unhappy with your wife, honey? With your life, not wife. Your life.
No, I'm not unhappy with my life.
Really? Okay. You're happy with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe it is
like these are dreams are of longing for something different.
Yeah. That's what I think. Now, maybe John is correct. You've tapped into a parallel life. That's, I suppose, a possibility. I mean, it could be. I don't think with the high school one that was at all. But this one, are you in the dream? Are you happy in the dream?
No, in the dream is usually good dreams. But the other interesting thing is where I used to work in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the building I used to work I was on the 8th floor. And I constantly dream about trying to get to the 8th floor, and I have trouble getting there. I have trouble getting to my office. And the elevator just never seems to stop there. And I have to take the elevator back down to the first level to get on a different elevator to go to my office.
So 8 is power. 8 means power. If this is where your office really was, that's great. But 8 means power.
Yeah.
So do you not have the power? I mean, do you not have the confidence in yourself?
Maybe, right.
What's your birth date?
Yeah.
What's your birth date?
4/6/1969.
4/6. Okay, well, that's funny because you really you're fixed. Do you put a limit on yourself?
Yes.
Okay. no limits on yourself. Watch this, really. I don't think it's put no limits on yourself, because you're the one that's put the limits on.
Okay.
This life placement, this birth placement is about removing the limits, so you can move about the cabin freely, if you will. You can.
Okay.
Don't put any restrictions on yourself, because 8 means power.
Then,
It's time to get into
right.
your own power and don't give it away. And next time you have that dream, you push that button and you keep going. Push 10 instead of 8. Keep going. There's no limit. Okay? Thanks
Okay.
for those dreams. I appreciate it. They were really interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Isn't it interesting, John?
Yeah,
Dreams are something.
they
They
are.
tell us so much about the psyche. In fact, you don't need anything else. Just give me your dream and I'll go, all right, here we go.
Yeah, I don't know
We'll
why
have
I
to do
got
another show on it.
I don't know why I got the like parallel life or
Well,
parallel
one day we'll have to do a show on parallel lives, because it is a topic. Not, I don't know about next week, but
timeline jumping, as they
it's
say. Timeline jumping.
is that what it's called? Timeline jumping?
Yeah, it's yeah. So it's really it's
Do we
very
have an expert on that? Because I'm not an expert on that at all. That I
yeah.
am not. If you
I
know
will
an
have to look
expert,
up
John,
on
because it
that.
would be fun to have one on the Both
Yeah,
Sides Now show.
yeah, it would be interesting to talk
Oh, here
talk
comes
about
the
those.
thunder. Here comes
Oh
the
yeah,
thunder and the lightning. Here
thunder.
we go.
All right, here we go with the last comment we've got before we wrap. Hi, Kelly and John. I rarely remember my dreams, but when I do, they are usually premonitions, such as people passing, and it does happen within a short period of time.
Oh, Barbara,
Mm,
that happens. That does happen. Um, just keep a journal when that happens. And if it does happen, just remember, everybody dreams. You may not remember it for whatever reason. You might be so deep in the sleep or deep in an unconscious state that you don't remember, but everybody dreams. Oops, there it goes. There goes the thunder
yeah.
and the lightning at my house. But everybody dreams. And if you're dreaming that somebody passes and then they do, that's a prophetic dream. Pay attention. Always concerns me personally when I have those dreams.
Hmm.
And it just does. And then, I, I, it always makes me nervous.
Yeah.
But I keep a journal of everything. And sometimes I'll tell my husband and I'll say, I had a dream about, oh boy. I used to tell my mom and she'd go, oh boy, here we go. you know. Oh, anyway, and I always think that the psyche will give us how much we can handle. So Barbara, if you're getting that, then that means that you can handle that. So thanks everybody. Big lightning. We just had a big lightning over here.
Yeah, let's get you off
Oh my gosh.
offline.
Yikes.
But though we are having our after show
Do you
meetup.
hear that?
Yes, are you going to be able to make that, Kel?
I'm going to try. I'm going to go for a few minutes.
All right. I put that in the group. So folks, if you haven't joined our group, go to Both Sides Now TV, the main page on Facebook, and click visit group, and we'll get you in the group. It's a great support group. It's free, and that's where we post most of our content and where we do our get-togethers. So join us.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of people watching on YouTube, so come over here on Facebook and join our group. And also on Monday, Kelly mentioned we're going to have Prajna
Yeah.
Avalon, and I'll put her information in here as well so people can check her out.
She's so great. It's going to be such a good show with healing. Learn everything we can about healers. And because I always have these questions like, we were a healer? What does that even mean? I'm so excited. I just love her to death. So I'm really excited to have her on. That's going to be a fun show Monday.
Definitely.
Really, it'd be a knowledgeable show.
Yeah, and so just to let you know, for Monday, it is on actually Pacific time, 6 p.m. Pacific time, which is 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Hmm.
And then we're back again on Thursday at 2 p.m., 4 p.m.
Ooh, more lightning. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
All
Got to
right.
wrap it up.
Yes, let's wrap it up real fast. And don't forget to check out the Archetypes webinar that's coming up real soon.
Yeah.
Kelly mentioned that earlier at the top of the show.
Yeah.
Tickets are available at bothsidesnowtv.com, and you can get those
It's going to
before
be such a good show. That event's going to be so great because we're going to be doing 12 spiritual archetypes and 12 psychological archetypes. So, what role are you playing? Is it time to let go of that role? Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh
All
my
right,
gosh.
everybody. Well, take
It's
care of
lightning.
yourselves and each other, and we will see you in the after show
Okay.
on Zoom.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, John.
Well, love ya.
Love you.
You've been listening to Both Sides Now, featuring the unconventional duo Dr. Shirley and Kelly White. Two perspectives, one world.